Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you're saying that. I'm glad you're saying that because we don't know from the people who worked inside or with R. Kelly, you know, what their experience was with working with him. And I'm glad you're sharing that because that's the side that no one hears.
And you know, it's funny because when I wrote my book, and there's a little small part of R. Kelly in my book, in that book, I have another book coming out later this year, and it's going to be a bigger part. But interesting enough, I had to really think about it before I put it in there because I said this will open, you know, a can of worms and open doors to maybe conversations I don't want to have. But what I know is my integrity is all I have. So
yes,
I stand on what I know and what I've done in my experiences. My experiences belong to me, and you may have played a part inside of my experience. My experience and I'm free to talk about me. I'm not free to talk about you, but I can talk about you being around me because it's true. So I don't have any problem with talking about it. It's really unfortunate for parents, for children, for him. And I still believe in, you know, I still believe in the law, and you have to be found guilty. You need to hear the whole story before you convict somebody. Right now, he's convicted by the public. He appears to be guilty of a lot of things, but you know, who knows? Let's see. Let's
I
see.
hear that.
And he has to go to. It has to go no matter what. He deserves his day in court, and whatever happens is going to happen. He deserves to get whatever he's going to get, but at least, you know, have your day to explain yourself or say what it is, and also, you know, even with the young ladies, let's talk to them too. And hear, as opposed to hearing hearsay or from the news and stuff, it's fact. There's a lot of facts behind conversations where, you know, somebody said, oh, he hit on me, but then you find out you were 25 years old and you have to be responsible for yourself. Now, if you're 13 or 14, then that's a problem. You know?
See, that's the part for me. That's why I was like, for some stuff, I'm like, oh, when she was in there, I'm sitting there like, oh, okay, well, how old? And they started saying, hey, I said, never mind, I ain't gonna watch this. I gotta leave that alone. Because it's just like, don't do that. Don't do that. Like, it's one thing when you're talking about kids and stuff like that,
but not grown women.
Yeah, when you're like, I'm 30 and I left my job and to go move to Chicago.
Stop.
You're 30 years old. I'm sorry.
You get 30.
Yeah.
30. And you got enamored. And he had women, you knew it. He wrote songs about it.
Period. Died.
And don't worry, because I'm good at editing. So there's a lot of stuff that won't be on the radio. But I just want to say this, and not for nothing, I'm just going to call spade a spade. There is a whole lifestyle of people that don't mind some of the stuff that he was doing. I'm just going to say that.
Some people participated most people participated because they wanted to. Now, you know, when you're underage, and I have a daughter and she's underage, and if that was my daughter, I wouldn't be happy. I wouldn't be happy at all.
And it was like parents involved, and I'm like, what?
But I would say, you know, where were you, parent? You should be accountable.
Playing a guitar.
No. What about the one? It was the father's birthday, and they brought the daughter and put the daughter on stage. Like, are you serious? That's like my son going to a Mary J. Blige concert with me. No, you won't. No, sir.
No,
you will stay home.
Backstage by yourself.
Listen, right? It's just some things that just. That's why I had to leave out alone.
I would take my daughter to, because I was a producer on American Idol, and I would take her to that. Take her to those concerts, and that was fun. It was
I know that was fun. I know that was fun.
Yeah. But those kind of concerts, you got to be careful. And if you do, because, you know, if you're in the industry and kids when they're teenagers, they want to, you know, ride in the fence, and you've got to keep an eye on them. You have to. And if you want to go backstage, we're going to go backstage.
And if you do something else,
and you get a picture, and let's go home. That's it.
That's right.
So wait, now I didn't see producer. So you manager, producer, and author.
Yes.
I know there's some more in there. I love it.
I love it.
But yeah, I was a producer on American Idol for several years, which is
one
of my favorite jobs. I was at the 19 Entertainment. That's the name of the company that created American Idol. I went over to 19 Entertainment in 2004. First year, second season. And I'll tell you, it was only maybe four or five of us in the office. It was a small office over here in Beverly Hills, not knowing this was going to be the #1 show in the world. I was so excited to be a part of it, but there were 5 of us in the office, and we were in cubicles. We weren't even in offices. We were just at this little office. We didn't know it was going to be the #1 show, TV show in the world, not on the network, the world. And so it was phenomenal. Whose beautiful picture? Oh, very nice. It was phenomenal. It was a great experience. And I saw Fantasia. When I saw Fantasia, I was like, she's gonna win. She's gonna win. And my friends were like, oh, no, she's not. No, she's not. She's hood rat. And I was like, no, she's not. She's beautiful. This girl is beautiful.
Leave her alone.
She can sing. I said, she, everybody came from somewhere. But this woman right here has the likeness of Aretha Franklin. And this is before I was working for Idol. And when they called me and said, we're looking for a manager to manage one of our contestants. And we needed a female, and we heard that you're really good with females. And I worked with, in Vogue and Toni and other people, the Brat, and a whole bunch of other female artists. And so I was like, okay, that's fine. I don't want to manage, but I'll tell you what. I want to produce. If you bring me in as a producer, I'll manage your client. And then that's the exchange. And so we agreed to that. And so I went on all the audition tours for American Idol, first and second round. So before, we're still here?
We are. I don't know. Kim then cut out. She got to come back.
Okay. But it's still going. It said you are the host. So I think we're still going. And
still
recording. So she probably broke and it'll come back. That's okay.
We're going to take a little. There you go. You're back.
Let's just keep talking.
I'm so sorry. My agent kicked me out, and I had to find a way back in.
They kicked you out.
We were just because I just came back like maybe an hour before the interview from seeing my grandson and my daughter in Norfolk, and we're talking to my youngest about when you have that it value. I'm like, when you have that it, I said, it's a lot of stuff that we have now that I'm like, no. I said, but Fantasia has it. I said, it's just, some people just have it. And then even stage, I've seen her maybe three times in concert. Mm-hmm. She has that stage presence. Like everybody,
right.
When she take off them heels and she kicking them off on stage, and she I mean, it's just, yeah. The last one I saw was her, Charlie Wilson, and Johnny Gill.
Oh yeah,
it was a treat.
Those were 3 just diva singers.
It was a treat. It was a treat, but she just has it. And people get caught up a lot in where somebody came from, and what does that mean? Like, we all came from somewhere.
We all came from somewhere, and I saw that, and I was like, she's extremely talented. So I ended up coming in and managing her, and we had a wonderful experience. We went through some good tumultuous times as well, but we ended up good. And we did The Color Purple for Oprah Winfrey, which was a exciting sellout every night on Broadway, and that was a fabulous experience. That was really good, and I had an opportunity to meet Oprah and have breakfast with her.
I love it.
Her and Gail. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'll share something. I shared just a nugget in my book, but she talked about how to become a legend. And she said, she looked at Fantasia, she said, you could be a legend. She said, but there are some codes of ethics to become a legend. And let me give you a couple of them. And so I was taking those notes like she was talking to me. How do you become a legend from Oprah? So I'm writing.
Number 1.
Yes, I was doing that. Number 1. And she said, you know what she said? Be on time.
Lika, didn't we just have a conversation?
Versus.
Be on time. And then the next one, she said, be loyal to your team.
That's right.
Said, the
That's
people
big. That's big.
Said loyalty is everything. And she says the people you started with who are here for you, who helped you with your success along the way, that really helped you, you have to be loyal to them. When you're loyal to your team is loyal to you. They work really hard. And another big one, and there's more, it's in my book, but there's more. But the one big one she said, and this one I hold to be very important for all of us women, she said, be a woman of your word.
That's what Lika always say.
Tell somebody this is what it is. It better do exactly what you say you're gonna do.